Here we go then. This should be an intriguing match, actually. Final pool match for these two sides. Japan taking on the Philippines. Philippines yesterday beating Korea 34-5. Very big score indeed. And then they beat Malaysia 24-17 in a bit of a close match. They are looking to, they will in fact, close out second spot of the pool regardless of the result here. Japan versus the Philippines. Japan with talent right across the park, as you'd expect, as they look to re-enter the World Series in November. And there's some real form players in the Philippine side. Guys like Justin Coveney, a big hard man, Joe Dawson, Tim Berry, and Tim Buheni. Well, he's been having a good tournament as well. From Singapore, our referee is Charlie Brown.
Ready? Ready? Just bring over the center, yeah?
Underway. The real interesting aspect of this men's side of the draw could end up being the third and fourth playoff, which may well just, if everything goes to form, Philippines, Sri Lanka perhaps for a spot on the World Series qualifiers, a chance to compete for the series. But a shabby kickoff from the Philippines, and they gift the ball to Japan. Japan yesterday having a good day, 61-0 against Malaysia. Here they come already through Fukumoto. Gives it up easily though. And this is a Philippine side running hot on confidence and just not lacking any ambition here at all, as Jerome Rudder fires one inside to the supporting Berry. Number 8 there, Nakano, appears to lose his feet there, and surely he'll be penalised. Yes, he is. And just off the mark, says Brown, and this is a good start from the Volcanoes. There's Joe Dawson with the ball. He's over for the opening score, and that's the sort of stuff we expect from the Volcanoes, Jed. Brilliant start from them.
Well, it's an important game for the Volcanoes. They know they'll be right up against things against Japan, and an opening score for Joe Dawson is really going to help the cause. At the beginning of the tournament, the narrative was along the lines of who might be right there with Hong Kong at the end of it as they look towards the World Series qualifying tournament next April. There was a few names in there: Sri Lanka, the Philippines, Korea. As Berry's kick goes across the face of the uprights, Korea's run at Hong Kong has diminished, faded, and ultimately faltered. But these points from this man, Joe Dawson, they could have a long-lasting effect on the Philippines' chase for that spot as they look to try and knock over Sri Lanka or knock them out of the reckoning and get a position that they can exploit, hopefully going forward, meeting their goals for April. And Japan, get the feeling once they start clicking into gear, they'll really have this Philippines outfit on. The Volcanoes,
Here. Philippines here, please.
As willing and as exciting as they can be, they've got a long day ahead of them as well.
Keep moving.
The 5 points have taken off Japan. They've probably done better than most teams in the tournament.
Well, it's an interesting call, Jed. Do the Philippines actually try and win this match, go hard out? They don't need to. And Hashino, well, straight off the top of the line out there, and not a finger laid on them there, just shows the class and pace of these guys. Fourth try in the series. Philippines, yeah, they're sitting fourth on the log right now, followed by Sri Lanka. They're both on 12 points. China have butchered their efforts. They are going to be in the bottom half of the draw now as we face the playoffs later today.
Well, I think that it's back to the maths, isn't it? As the 2 more points ring up for Japan, really the win. There's nothing more than just a tick for Japan. Whereas if the Volcanoes can steal a couple of tries on the for and against, they're going to have a better looking picture, aren't they?
So the loser of this game will face Hong Kong,
What's forward in there?
most likely, in the semi-finals.
Scrum blue.
It's a good restart from Japan. That just
Mark here.
gets right up to the 10, so it's quite a deep one. They forced a knock on. Philippines can't handle the jandal. They trail by
Here it goes,
7
please.
points to 5.
Who else is in your scrum? Crouch! Crouch!
Look at the front row of Japan, just the body positions as they.
Okay, what's the problem here? You don't know which side to go? Okay, you get there then.
Sawajima over there on the loose head
Crouch!
side. The leading try scorers of the series, the leading try scorer of the series.
Sit!
Not at this tournament though. Hasn't scored too many. Sakai out to Motomura. Calling the runner back in. Boheni with the big tackle. Here goes Hashino, the try scorer. Pops it up to Nakazawa. He takes on Hardwick, who just grabs him around the hips there rather demurely. Arm is out. And look at the footwork. Oh, he's fumbled that as he hits the ground. Nakano is fairly firm underfoot here. That was a hell of an angle he was trying to execute there. Sakai says, let's get things underway. There's Sawajima. And right on the ball there is Coveney. He's turned that one over. Good work from the big fella. Boheni now. He's been full of confidence in running himself. He's on hand again. Just pulls that one in with the big mitt. They haven't got a dummy half though, and just sits there. The invitation to be pilfered.
Release!
It's hard work, isn't it? Getting out of your area here. Don Coleman tries to take on the line. Sweat glistening off these players' faces. It's 11:30 in the morning here in Colombo. It's warm. Last 30 seconds or so of this first half. It's just one try apiece. Berry with the throw. Nicely to the bat. And there's a bit of easy yardage to be made there as Sawajima comes in with the big tackle from behind. Dawson now gets held up by Motomura and Sakai. Boheni, the show and go. They're queuing up here. Can they work the space? Hardwick decides to go for the chip. Was it the right option? Time will tell. Oh, and great tracking back. Was it the right option? Well, gave themselves a chance, didn't they? They could have picked up a valuable try there and taken the lead at half time, but, or should they have left it in hand? We'll never know. It's half time. And it's just one try apiece. 7-5 Japan over the Philippines.
What a start by the Philippines, and it's really going to help their cause in the next stage of the tournament. The opening try to Joe Dawson. Well, he didn't get it right the first time. Japan not quite reacting smartly enough, and he picks them off. And the ultimate, the run around, Shino trots one in from 25 out. I can't help but think there might actually be a little bit of confusion here for the Japanese players and the Philippines players. Although when you look at it like this, they don't seem like similar jerseys at all. From a couple of different angles, you'd be well within your rights to think you were passing to the guys on your side.
Personal video recording, picture-in-picture, and so many other features
Hope you're enjoying this coverage from the Racecourse International Stadium. Follow us on all our social channels when you get a moment. Welcome to the Facebook audience. The anticipation will build throughout the day as we work our way into the knockouts. You see Frano Bodica there. He's actually got his shoes on today. I think, Jed, we remember calling the Olympic qualifiers up at Hong Kong Stadium, and Philippines were giving Japan a good run in that game. Really got the crowd behind them.
Ready?
Here they are with a chance today
Ready?
of qualifying for the World Series along with perhaps Hong Kong. That shows how far they've come in a couple of seasons, the work that Frano's done with this squad. They go deep. It does Japan, and they ask Philippines to come at them from deep. That's Ryan Howell. Sorry, that's Joe Dawson. Soachima is brutal defender. There's really nothing going on here. Someone looking for someone to do something. Boheni, this is it. Ball in two hands, creating some confusion there. Bounce forward, didn't go forward. Now look at this on the outside. This is Joniko Hardwick. And he just perhaps panicked a little bit there. And he's broken field now. The Japanese will love this. In on the ball goes Coveney, and he's done well there. He's rescued that for the Volcanoes. And he sets off. Here goes the big man over the 10 metre, looking for runners. Here goes Coleman. Coleman's going to go in under the posts. And what a moment for the Volcanoes. They've come from one try down. They now lead Japan. I don't want to speak too early. Yes, he slots it down. There's a game on here, Jed.
Outstanding start for the Volcanoes, Donald Coleman. Well, if you're a Philippines fan at the moment, you'll be sharing this link around absolutely flat out. We expect plenty of Philippines supporters to come charging in here in the last 5 minutes. It is game on in Colombo. Exciting stuff. Tim Berry's going to add the 2. He's right in front. There should be no excuses not to. And he does. It's 7 points for the Philippines and the Volcanoes. Well, could they be threatening to blow right up? A tap and go. Great work by Coveney. He's created the penalty as he swooped down, held the ball in. They couldn't release Japan, and Coleman, well, he was a find, really, when he turned up in Hong Kong. Now he's done the job again here. Look at that scoreline. The Volcanoes 12, Japan 7.
There's a full 4.5 minutes to go, though. Even if they win this game, they wouldn't top the pool. Japan have the superior points difference. Imagine seeing Hong Kong and Japan squaring off in a semi-final. Here come Japan. They got plenty of time to put things right here. I mean, they could easily pile on 20, 30 points if they wanted to. Not if they wanted to. Well, they're up against very stern defence of the Philippines, and it's holding together so far.
Well, I think the interesting thing is that the selection for the Philippines is actually quite physical, and Soijima is meeting his match in a
Joey, just keep the feet
number
down,
of ways. He's attacked the breakdown on a few occasions, particularly when they were down in the Volcano 22, and well,
Need help?
he dished out the medicine and he got a bit back in return. It hasn't happened a lot, and it doesn't tend to happen
Time
much
on.
at all in these tournaments. But Coveney and
Crouch.
Coleman and Boheni,
Left.
they're not small men by any stretch of the imagination. So physically, when
Sit.
it gets into the tight stuff, the Japanese could find they're on the end of the short one. But this is where they're going to be dangerous.
And this
Ball
man
in
here,
space.
Sakai, number 7, he's the one who'll orchestrate the comeback. And Motomura here, he can go a hundy. There's Sakai right on his shoulder there. He's the one that bridges. They're into the Philippines half and tackled early there by the looks. Brown lets it go. On the spots, Hashino, a try scorer. Sakai now sizes it up. So long as he's on the field, you sort of feel that Japan are in good hands, and he swings one away. The Philippines defence back on its heels on this occasion. They just let the Japanese come at them, and they didn't get forward and come at the Japanese attack this time, which made it a little bit easier, and they get their second try. Tie things up.
Well, Japan, hard to fluster, aren't they? Well, why wouldn't you be? You've got the sensei and Sakai to just help right the ship. Watch the final few passes now. Kona, easy as you like, and the Japanese take the lead again, 14-12.
Okay, let's go.
Greetings to Kane Jury, dialing in from New Zealand, down the 03, the Southern Man from Otago. Shield country, Boozer. Shield country, the log of wood.
It was a cowardly win in Hamilton yesterday.
Stays home in the great province of Otago. It spends its summer with its feet up by the Wakatipu, drinking that TriStar gold medal ale.
Let's go, no delay, please.
What a summer the Shield's going to have. Tim Berry, the restart from Japan wasn't good enough, so they get the free start on halfway. Here we go, minute and a half remaining. A score here would just really send shock waves around Asian rugby. Here comes Hardwick. Defence working hard. Dawson gets it back to Hardwick. They're just rumbling their way downfield, but Ozawa, and as you said there, the shirts maybe are a little bit similar down there. They're not incredibly distinct from each other. Dark shorts, light tops, and just standing there was Nakazawa. Nakazawa. What a wily character there. He lay in camouflage, probably gave the call, and that's an easy one for him.
So the Philippines let another one through. 19 points to 12, kick to come. And I guess when you turn around, it's all happening at pace. You see a guy wearing dark socks and navy shorts and a bluish kind of, that's my man. And we've seen the Japanese unload to the Philippines, and now we've seen vice versa. I'd like to see this boy Hardwick on the wing though. Yeah, number 2, is he, look at that, bang. Straight to the man in the supporting spot. I'd like to see Hardwick maybe just put it on the toe and chase. He's clearly got a lot of pace. He tends to stop and then take 2 or 3 strides backwards, which really doesn't help his team.
Not sure why the Japanese are not wearing red when they've got that strip available. Daizawa gets it back into the hands of Tim Berry though, so their turn to pop it back into the hands of the opposition. Hooter's gone though, so this game is done. Tim Boheni, they'll be facing most likely Hong Kong in the semi-final later. The Volcanoes straight through the middle. Illegally comes Nakazawa and just grubbers it along the ground. Charlie Brown awards the Volcanoes a penalty. This is Dawson. Now he puts the kick, and look at the pace from Roberts here. And that's just going to go out by Kano. He has no need to put any more points on the board. They've done the job. Not their best performance, the Japanese, but they will top the pool. And the Philippines.
Hats off go to the Volcanoes. 21 points to 12 final score. They've made a game of that. And that will help their statistics look very